Alright everyone, what is up here today? YouTube, Jigsaw0097, better late than never. I know that this is like a day before the game, but I really don't want to give a Seahawks-Eagles preview video. I've been thinking about it all week, and you know, this team is just so boring to me right now. And that really was solidified the other day when Doug Peterson got up and said he had confidence in Mike Rowe. I'm just thinking, this team is kind of a mess right now, guys. They really are. They're really struggling to find an identity. I read an article the other day that said the Eagles' success has led to their failure, and it's very apparent. The Eagles winning the Super Bowl, you know, I'm so glad it happened. I'm so grateful that the Eagles won the Super Bowl, because this is the cost, guys. This is the cost. I mean, this happened to the Seahawks, who we are facing this week. They're a perfect example for that. The Seahawks won a Super Bowl, and then they lost a Super Bowl, and a lot of people pointed the finger at Russell Wilson. There was a lot of turmoil, you know, Pete Carroll was losing the locker room, yada, yada, yada. So what did they do, guys? They started rebuilding. They got rid of the Legion of Boom. They're now on various teams. And they brought in new young guys like Chris Carson, Tyler Lockett, you know, Jadeveon Clowney, a new guy, just to name a few. So, really, that's where the Eagles are at right now. I feel like they're at the point of where the Seahawks were when they lost the second Super Bowl. If Carson Wentz is going to be your guy, you really got to go ahead and pull the trigger on young talent. You got to start building this team from the ground up. And, you know, Carson Wentz deserves a fair amount of criticism. You guys already know my opinion, given what happened. This is why I would have kept Nick Foles, just because I knew that this would happen. I knew that the team just wasn't going to be the same after they won the Super Bowl. And it doesn't matter if Carson Wentz had an MVP season. They were going to respect the guy that won the Super Bowl. And I don't know. I'm not saying Carson Wentz can't do it. I'm just thinking you got to really rebuild this team now. This team has to be Carson's team. This is what the Seahawks did with Russell Wilson. They basically said, this is Russell's team. We're going to start rebuilding on that. And how fitting that the Eagles play this team this week, when they are the building blueprint for what the Eagles should do in 2020 and beyond. I will get into this game just a little bit. It is going to be a rainy game, is what they said, which can actually go into the Eagles' favor. I think that the Eagles they could possibly steal a win here, guys, but I just don't know. You know, they're saying Lane Johnson's out, Nelson Aguilar's out, whatever. Will the Eagles use J.J. Arcega-Whiteside? We still don't know. So, really, I don't really want to say much about the game, because there's nothing much to say, guys. If the Eagles lose this game, they'll be 5-6. Then they have 5 winnable games coming up, but what's their ceiling here, guys? 9-7, 10-6. I mean, the Cowboys. I also read the Cowboys are going to face the Patriots without Tom Brady, because apparently the Eagles roughed him up so much that he has like a elbow thing now. So I don't know. It ain't looking good. Well, a lot can turn around in one game day. So the Patriots could win, and then the Eagles could win, and that would put the Eagles, you know, back in the race. So who knows, guys? Who knows? At the very least, I would really like the Eagles to make the playoffs, just so that Carson Wentz can get to the playoffs himself and play in a playoff game. I think that is vital. Even if they go one and done, guys, making to the playoffs will be huge for Carson Wentz's development. And so we'll just have to see how it goes. But I've given my thoughts plenty of times. I'm going to really make probably more videos after the Seahawks game, because this will be a lot more we'll be able to tell a lot more about this team after this game. So that's why I've kind of been quiet here, but you guys, I guess, can kind of consider this my preview video. But, you know, this team is just boring to me right now, guys. If I'm being completely honest, they are just utterly boring and dull to watch and listen to. These press conferences are just mind-numbingly stupid. You know, Doug Peterson wants to be friends with everyone. He just has a team that is just stagnant. And then I watched the Colts, even though they lost against the Texans. You know, you had on the Texans side, you had DeAndre Hopkins catching every freaking ball thrown to him. You know, and then of course with the Colts, Frank Reich just continues to impress me with how he coaches Jacoby Brissett, who is considered a backup quarterback. You know, they thought they were going to have Andrew Luck going into this season, and then he doesn't, but he still makes it work. You know, the Colts were leading the division until this last game, and they still can. So that's what I'm saying, guys. This is what the Eagles don't have anymore, and it's really just annoying to watch. Watching a team that's 5-5 is like, they're not bad, but they're not good. They're just boring. It's the best way I can describe it. And I'm just fed up with this crappy product we're getting. The new norm, I keep thinking of that. This new norm sucks. This is like Chip Kelly bad. In many ways worse, because at least Chip Kelly was interesting. You know, he brought something interesting. This team's just boring and dull and predictable. So we'll see what happens after this game. I really, really hope the Eagles can surprise me. You know, hopefully Nelly Aguilar is out for the game so that we can see what J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. It's almost to the point where this is how boring they are, guys. In order for us to see the round 2 receiver that they drafted, we have to hope that someone gets injured so that the Eagles are forced to use him, even though they don't want to. They'd rather use Mac Hollins. That's where we're at, guys. That is where we are at. So, anyway, I'm done rambling. We will see what happens after this game. Comment down below what you guys think about this coming up. I've also been a little bit sick lately. That's another reason why I haven't been making videos, but I'm hoping to get over this over the weekend and then get back into the full swing of things. But like I said, let me know what you guys think down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. To any returning viewers, make sure you are also subscribed and you hit that notification bell. I'm probably going to have to say this every video now just because of YouTube's rules and policies and algorithms, all this crap that's going on with YouTube. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching the videos. I appreciate it all. But this has been Jigsaw097. I will talk to you all later.